The TradingView Watchlist. All right, so a watch list is just a saved list of assets that you have found potentially interesting in the past. In crypto, it's quite common for previously hot coins to run again and go absolutely psychotic again. So that's why I like to keep tabs on them. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to set up and maintain a TradingView watchlist. All right, so to access your TradingView watchlist, you want to go to the top right-hand corner, watchlist, details, and news. Click that to open up your watch list. So by default, I already have a whole bunch of coins in here. You might have nothing at all, or you might have very little. You can just click on the click on this button, and you can go and click to create a new list, like so, and then you can name it whatever you want. If you don't want to do that, and if you don't want to start from scratch, and you just want access to this entire list, what I have done is I've clicked on this button, I've clicked share list and copy link, and then that brings us to this. So I'm going to share this link in the description of the video, and you're going to see a button somewhere in this area where you just click it, and it's going to add this list to your TradingView watch list. I can't see this button myself because I'm already logged in to my account. But yeah, if you just click this button, it will go and transfer this entire list over. So now I'm going to show you how to add a coin to your TradingView watch list. So first, go to the Orion Terminal Screener. If you don't know what this is an awesome screener, not only for Binance Futures, but also for Hyperliquid. For this video, I'm just going to be only talking about Binance Futures to keep things simple. The reason why I love this screener so much is because it gives me an overview of what is actually hot on the day. Like, where is attention going? For Binance coins. And the way that I can instantly see this within a click of a button is I can filter out the coins based on TRD 5 minute. What this column is showing you is what are the how many trades were executed in this coin in the last 5 minutes. So the higher this number is, the more activity is happening in that coin. The lower that number is, the less active players are in that particular coin. So yeah, I'm just looking at whatever is hot on the day. Now, what you'll find, or at least this is what I have found, is that the coins which are hot on a particular day, they might be hot one day, and then the next day, it's that specific coin, the volume has dried up, it's become boring, and some other new random coin has taken the spotlight and is going absolutely crazy. And because of this, whatever is currently hot on the day, oftentimes it's a coin that I've literally never traded before in my entire life or never even heard of. So whatever is hot is basically going to be regularly changing. So what that means is that whatever is hot on the day, a lot of the time it's not going to be on my watch list. So I'm going to show you the process that I use to take whatever is hot on the day and throw it onto my watch list. So for this example, I'm actually just going to use high. So high USDT. So I already have it here in my watch list. I'm just going to delete it, and I'm just going to walk you through it. So first I want to click this plus button, which is time to add a coin. And the very first thing that I do is I put the source to Binance and then the type to swap. So this is me filtering out all of the coins for high, because if I have it like this, it's just going to show me a whole bunch of high coins, but from all sorts of different places. And I want to filter it out just strictly to Binance and the perpetual contract, because remember, we are trading perpetual contracts, we are not trading spot. So to add the coin to your watch list, just click the plus button. Now, the reason why I start with adding on Binance is because this is where most of the volume is coming from. Like, most of the volume for all of these altcoins, it's coming through Binance. So whenever I'm doing my analysis on a coin, whenever I'm drawing my lines, drawing my levels, marking what is the absolute wick or the highest wick of a move, I'm judging it entirely based on Binance, since this is where most of the attention is coming from. Okay. The next thing that I do is I add the exact same coin, but this time from the exchange that I'm currently trading on. So for me, this would be Bybit. For you, it might be some other exchange. Pick whatever exchange that you use. This way, oh wait, where did I put it? Let me try that again. Oh, Bybit. Okay. Okay, there we go. So now I've added the Binance and the Bybit coin. Okay, cool. So basically, I do all of my analysis on the Binance chart, but the reason why I also add the one from the exchange that I'm currently using is because I want to be made aware of if there are any large spreads between both of the products. Because if it's the exact same product on two centralized exchanges, 99% of the time, they're going to be priced very, very closely. Most of the time, Bybit is just kind of anchored from whatever price is on Binance, and this is going to be the case 99% of the time. 1% of the time, or even fewer than that, I don't know, there's going to be a very large gap between whatever is on the exchange that I'm using and on Binance for the exact same perpetual contract. Now, whenever this is the case, this is actually a red flag for me. So before, in the past, and I'm actually going to show you this with Rave right now. 1 second. I'm just going to delete it so you can see. So first I've added the Binance version. And now I'm going to add the Bybit. And also real quick, you can tell that you're adding the right coin if it has .p at the end, because this means perpetual contract. This is what it stands for. Okay, so notice how, so this is the Binance one. This is the Bybit one, but they're actually priced a little bit different. They're a little bit off. So the Bybit one, this one is down 28% on the day. The Binance one is down 29% on the day. So there's like a 3% gap, 2 or 3% gap between both of these products, which are listed on two centralized exchanges. It's a very abnormal thing. So in my early days, I assumed that, oh, there must be some fantastic arbitrage opportunity that I can take advantage of. What I mean by that is, surely I could just get long on Bybit and then just get short on, get long on Binance, get long on the one which is down more, and then short the one which is down less, and then just basically make money on the spread between both of these two. Now, it makes awesome, perfect sense in theory. However, in reality, in practice, this is not always going to be the case, because sometimes these spreads exist when an exchange is preparing to like delist something, or when there's some other like weird factor, like the funding rate for one of these coins on one of these exchanges is absolutely ballistic. So even if you were to get long, you would get destroyed in the funding rate fees, or there is something sketchy or predatory happening in the price action. Disclaimer, this is not me telling you that, oh, if you happen to spot a mispricing between the same product on two different exchanges, that you can't trade it. I'm not telling you that. You can do whatever you want. I'm just sharing with you that I have found from my own trades, and there's not that big of a sample size for me to say, oh, there's definitely some like statistical thing here. This is just me sharing like from my own observations, that generally speaking, when I have traded coins which have very large spreads between them, like a 2% gap on the exact same coin, but two centralized exchanges, it's abnormal, and I haven't done very well trading in this very specific environment, because I've found that whenever there is a very big spread, the price action on those coins can get sometimes really erratic, really wild, really quickly. So I might look at this price action and prepare for this kind of type of volatility, and then out of nowhere we get a giant candle like this. And if I happen to be on the wrong side of the move, whenever a giant move happens, it's not going to end well. I'm going to pay more in fees. I'm going to get slipped harder. It's not fun. So yeah, 99% of the time you're not going to see this, but like very, very few, or like 1% of the time, maybe even less than that, you will see a discrepancy. And whenever that discrepancy is present, I have found that I don't do well. You're more than welcome to experiment with it and see, maybe you perform even better. Maybe you find some abnormal edge to take advantage of. But nonetheless, I like having both the products here on my watch list, so that I can at least be made aware if there is actually any spread that is present between both the products. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I flag potentially interesting coins and actually use this watch list. So something that's really important to understand is, just because I have more than 100 coins on this watch list, it doesn't mean that I'm actually looking at more than 100 coins. Realistically, on any given trading session, I'm really only looking at maybe 3, 4, or 5, or maybe like a maximum, like a real maximum of like 6 coins at a time. So yes, I have more than 100 on here, but I only have a few that I'm looking at. And the way that I focus on the ones that I'm paying attention to, that I want to pay attention to, is by flagging the coins. So how you flag a coin is by going to the left part of the coin and then clicking this flag button. And you can color code it as well. And you can filter out your coins based on the flag that you have, or the color of the flag that you have assigned it. So here I'm just going to assign ETH and BTC this yellow flag. And I've also assigned, actually I'll remove Doge from there. There we go. And I also have Solana, Pepe, Fartcoin. Oh, you know what? I'll just keep Doge in there as well. I'll leave this one as purple. And Doge. This way I just always have the two majors and some altcoins, some major altcoins that I like to look at. And I found myself actually trading these for not super often, but like surprisingly more often than I originally expected. But okay, so here's how to flag interesting coins, or what even is an interesting coin. So any coin which has a really high trade count, like whatever is in the top 2 or top 3 over here in Orion, I'm going to be flagging by default for that trading session. So at the start of every trading session, I will clear out my flags and I will restart it. So let's say Rave. Let's say I really want to flag Rave. I just do that, and I've just flagged it. Notice I'm not doing any analysis on it yet. My process is, first, I'm going to go flag some coins that are maybe interesting, and then I'm going to do my analysis on them later. So I've flagged Rave. This is what I've got from Orion, and I'm also going to be using Velo. And I'll make sure to put the link of Velo in the description as well. So once you have opened Velo, you want to go to the top, the 3 lines, top left corner, and then click Market. Just let it load. Now, I'm just going to be focusing on this part in the top right corner for the top gainers. So I'm going to select top gainers and then 1 day. Now, what we have here is, it's called a spaghetti chart. This is where Velo plots the top gainers in the previous day, and it plots all of the price action for all of these coins in just one place. So you can instantly visualize how does the price action of all of these coins look like in one go. Now, the things that I'm looking out for is, I'm looking out for slow, grindy staircases like so. Like something like this is very interesting to me. And whenever I see something that is interesting, I will just go to here, find the coin, so high, and then I will flag it like so. If there's anything that resembles a staircase, I will be flagging it. So I'm just going to be going through each of these one by one, trying to find a staircase, and I will flag it. And I'm going to be doing this for the top gainers and also for the top losers. So for the top losers, I'm going to be looking at slow, grindy staircases which are sloped down. So for example, with this one, mover, notice how this is like bleeding down slowly. So I'm going to be adding this to my list. How do I spell it? M-O-V-R. There we go. Mover, and done. Flagged it. Is there anything else that catches my eye? I'll add this as well, Sapien. Notice how I'm not overthinking this. I'm just like doing a quick glance and just adding it and then flagging it. So I'm trying to flag coins which look like staircases. And I'm also interested in coins which look like they are in these sideways, choppy ranges where they're not doing anything. So it's like the 2 extremes. I think this one. Yeah, so notice how this one, from this point on, from 1320 UTC, it's just been going sideways consistently for this amount of time. I'm interested in that. So AGT. AGT. So add the Binance, add the Bybit as well. Okay, it's not found in Bybit. Cool. So whatever. I'm just going to ignore that coin. Now, the main reason why I'm adding staircases is because these staircase-like patterns are awesome for trading breakouts. These sideways choppy ranges, they are awesome for trading mean reversion. That's why I want to flag those coins. Now, after I flag the coins which I'm interested in, I will just go click this button to sort by flag. So notice how I've got all these blue flags. These are the coins which have interested me since the trading session has began. After I've got everything here, it should only be like a list of maybe 2 or 3 coins, maximum like 5 or 6. But most of the time, it's only going to be like 2 or 3. now is when I can actually start doing my technical analysis. So I'm going to go to the Binance chart of high, and I'm just going to draw the most relevant swing highs and swing lows that I can see. I'm just looking for the most relevant swing high and the two most relevant swing highs and the two most relevant swing lows. That's all I want, right? That's all I want. So I'll do that. I'll set up my alerts to those levels. Notice I'm not even thinking about how am I going to trade this. That is not crossing my mind. I'm just preparing myself for a session. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. I'm just setting up the alerts so I can get notified as price is approaching one of those levels. So I'm going to do that for high, and I'm going to do the exact same thing for this other coin, mover. Let's find two relevant levels. So we have a low here. It's a very recently made low. We have a high there. We have another high here. And in this case, I think this is where it's going to be appropriate for me to throw on this horizontal level for the big round number, because price loves to have really violent reactions at these round number levels. So like 2 or 3 or 4. Now, are there any levels on the way down apart from this, like between here and here? Wow, I can't see anything. This is crazy. Is there really nothing? Okay, there's like this one little one over here. Okay. We'll be mindful of that. Is there really nothing else? Okay, I guess not. I guess that's the levels that I'll be working with. So yeah, I've set up my levels. Let's set up the alerts to those levels. There we go. Setting up alerts. Again, I'm not overthinking it. I'm just throwing on some alerts as price is going to approach the level. Cool. Now, once you've drawn your levels and set up your alerts on the coins that you have flagged, the next step, and this is the last step, this is where you would go and put, or this is how I do it at least. You can do whatever you want. How I do it is I would put text notes to the levels. I would go through each of the coins one final time, and I'm going to give myself notes as to if I was to get a trade opportunity, how would I like to trade this? So for example, let's do this example in Mover. How this coin has been acting since all the way here, how it looks like is choppy range, move down, choppy range, move down, choppy range, move down, choppy range, move down. This is how it looks like the behavior has been going. So my approach to this would be look for MR shorts at these highs. So I'm looking, this is a situation where I would be looking to trade a short from these highs. But don't take it if price grinds into the level. Don't take it if volume is increasing. Notice how I don't have volume on the chart right now. I'm just working with a completely blank chart just for the sake of this video. But the point that I'm making is first I go and flag the coin. This is my process. First I flag the coins that I'm interested in from Orion and also from Velo. After I flag them, I go and set up the levels. So I draw all the most relevant levels on the coins. Then step 3, set up alerts on the way to each of those relevant, all of those relevant levels. And then the final step is if something does just so happen to look interesting, I can go and write text instructions to myself to prepare myself for how I would like to trade this coin once price actually approaches the level. Okay, sweet. That pretty much covers it.